And I know that your parents were instrumental in the church, like your mom was on the altar society.
Yes.
Do you know about that?
Not so much. I don't remember too much. I remember them being mardomos
Mm-hmm.
and doing all the. That was a huge job, especially during the fiestas and stuff.
So
for the
were they
mardomos.
because we've talked to other people and they say like upper Agua Fria mayordomos and lower Agua Fria.
Right.
Which were they?
I think. I don't know.
Lower.
I don't know lower.
Lower. So there was like two sets of mayordomos, and at that time did they go door to door to raise money for the like fiesta or?
I don't remember that. I just remember cleaning the church,
Mhm.
working on the church, doing stuff. We were always there fixing something or doing something.
Your grandmother was involved in helping to mud plaster the church
Yeah.
sometimes, huh?
Yeah. I think there's some pictures
Yes,
around. I've seen them,
yes.
but I don't know where they are. But I've seen pictures of the women, and I think my mom and my grandma were involved in their plastering the outside of the church.
We have two of the pictures are on that photo board at the Gateway
Oh,
Monument now. So I should have brought that just to kind of look at those pictures.
You need to try to identify some of the people there,
Yeah.
just little by little, someone might remember which one was your grandma, for
Yeah.
example.
Frank would be good at
Oh, there
that.
you
Frank
go.
has got an
Yeah.
excellent memory for names and things of the
Wow.
older generation.
Do you remember La Sala at all, or the dance hall?
I remember talking about it, and I remember dances, but I never went in there.
Oh wow!
As a kid, I remember one time they had a dance there, and my mom sent me over there to get my sister. And but I didn't go inside. She was outside, and I told her, "My mom wants you to go home now." But that's the only memories that I have of the. I'm sure I had to have been inside that place once or something, but I don't have a lot of memories. Ramon, for some reason, remembers a lot of stuff that went on inside there, but I don't.
What do you remember about Agua Fria School? Because it was already at the new school
Right.
when you went.
Right.
Did you have teams or anything up there?
No, we had no organized sports at all.
Yeah, that's when I went to school. They didn't either.
Yeah.
But Rubel has
We
good
had-
stories.
You guys
know?
had basketball teams.
We had
don't
a
you?
basketball team,
And
Frank
we-
remembers that.
And
Yeah.
Frank was right behind
Yeah.
us.
There was no organized.
That's interesting.
I don't know why.
And and then when we interviewed Lee, Robel was saying, well, like Lee Romero was like a giant in the village, and he played basketball, and so,
Yeah.
but by the time I went, there was nothing.
It's interesting that you bring that up. I didn't realize, and I think maybe what happened, we went from a county school to a city school, and two things happened. Number one is that they dropped the colors in the mascot. We used to be the Wildcats, blue and white, and when the new school was built, Harvey had become something else. We used to feed Harvey, so they got the colors orange and maroon,
Yep.
and the Roadrunner was the
Roadrunners.
mascot. But I don't know. You're how much younger than Johnny?
4 years probably.
Let's see, because Johnny at the new school, they had a team.
They did?
I'm sure he said I'll check with them.
Was that, remember the first time organized sports was in Hart?
Okay, I'm gonna have
We
to look
played-
into
we
that
got
and see
into the
what
football.
happened there. Were you seventh? No, there was no seventh and eighth grade at Orpheus School.
No.
Okay,
it
that
was
might
just,
be the thing. That's probably it. Because
That-
I was eighth grade, so when
Yeah, that's
they
what it
built
was.
the new buildings, they started shipping seventh and eighth graders to Harvey.
That's what it was. Because that's when we got involved in
Yeah,
organized
'cause
sports.
Johnny played for Harvey. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So do you remember some of the teachers there at Agua Fria?
Every single one of them.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Ms. Devaya, Ms. Corey, Ms. Lujan, Ms. Herrera, Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Flynn, Mrs. Lynch.
Mr.
All
Mr.
brilliant.
Gonzalez still there?
Mr.
Louis?
Gonzalez was the principal.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mr.
He used to be
Mitchell
the
was
principal at
After Gonzalez,
Cerrillos.
after Mr. Gonzalez,
Is that right?
Mr. Mitchell was the
Because
principal.
he used to be the
Oh, from
principal and coach
the
at
what nut shop?
Cerrillos.
Yeah,
Cerrillos,
What
yeah.
shop?
And Mr. Flynn was before Mr. Gonzalez, right?
Yeah, he was when I was in seventh grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was Gonzalez was the principal. Mr. Flynn was the teacher. When I
Oh,
was-
okay. Well, I remember them. And the one that I remember very well is Mrs. Lynch.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
white
interesting.
haired
Yeah.
woman.
Because she was principal. Of course, her family's the one that gave the land to build Alfrea School.
Right.
And she was principal at Alfrea, but she was not there when I was there.
Well, she wasn't. I don't think she was a principal when I was there.
No, but she was a teacher.
I think she was
so
a she
came
was a
back
teacher because I
into us.
remember.
Okay.
I remember one of the things that she told me, it stuck with me all my life, is whenever somebody would get into trouble or she was trying to teach us a lesson, she would tell us, "Be a leader, not a follower." Always, always. Followers are always in trouble. Be a leader, not a follower. And that was good advice.
When you were younger, did you ride the bus to Alfrea School?
Yes.
Because
yes.
it's interesting. The bus would stop
Yeah,
at the
Marcia Byers
Marcia
was a
Byers.
bus driver.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she would not pick us up. And Orlando and those guys would make fun of us. It was raining, it was snowing, and they would not stop at at the church.
Why?
The last stop was, I don't know. The last stop was at Crusalta, right by your house there.
Yeah.
And then from there, everyone else, Bobby Gonzalez, Leroy.
You guys all had to walk.
We had to walk, and it was quite a walk. From the church to the school, in all kinds of weather, going and coming.
Wow.
They would not allow us to.
I remember on Friday afternoons though we didn't have to ride the bus because we'd go to catechism.
Can you believe that separation of church and state? I mean, they
Yeah.
stopped classes at one. Everybody,
We'd go to catechism at the church.
Wow.
Well, those are some good memories. And I remember the nuns at the rectory, at the convent. My favorite one was Sister Anna. Remember her?
Oh yeah.
She had an accident or something, cut off. Was it her little
I
finger
think yes.
or something? So, but that woman could work like a man. She was the hardest working, but she had the best heart of anyone that you could meet. And we'd go there all summer long. We'd work from, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours. She'd have us working with her, cutting weeds and doing stuff. And then they'd feed us and send us home.
Can you describe what it was like to work with her, and also like maybe what she looked like?
She I don't know why to me she looked like John Wayne. She was not ugly at all. She was tall and she was slim, but she was a hard worker. She could outwork us all, and never was she mean to us or she didn't put up with anything, I'm sure, but
What would she say?
I don't remember. I can't remember what she would say, but she was my favorite person. And one day she told us that she was leaving to California, I think, either to go to a different place or because of family or something. I don't remember, but she gave us each little gifts like a top or something, and I went home that night and I cried. I cried because she was leaving. It broke my heart. She was a good nun, a good teacher, and taught us a lot of good stuff.
How old were you?
Probably 12, maybe.
So there were other boys that would go with you to work? Who
Well,
were
Chris, my brother, Toby. No, Toby might have been a little bit young, but probably me and Chris, Ramon, Leo, Philip, probably. Of that age. I don't remember my brother Nabor or Johnny going over there to work, but I remember the kids, more my age. And we would do that and then in the mornings, I think it's probably only in the summertime, but in the mornings my grandmother would take us to mass there at 6 o'clock in the morning. Every weekday morning. We'd walk
I see him walking.
we'd walk up there to mass. It drive me crazy because I guess they had breakfast or they were making breakfast during the mass, because you could smell the I don't know if it was oatmeal or cream of wheat or whatever they were cooking, but that smell just drive you crazy. So the whole time couldn't wait to get home to eat breakfast.
Some of our other interviews talked about having like movie night at the sisters, and that was probably because no one had TVs at that time.
I
But
don't remember movie night.
no,
Well, you probably had to. Did
Yeah,
you have
right.
when do you remember having your first television? Were you?
I can't really put my finger on it, but That was probably when I was maybe 9 or 10,
Yeah.
before we got a TV. And my grandma didn't let us watch anything. I mean, everything was of the devil.
Oh.
You know, I Love Lucy was
Oh,
of the devil.
man.
You know. But I used to dream that we had a color TV.
Oh, man. I was just talking to Michael Montoya. The first color TV in Alfrea was the Montoyas.
Oh, really?
In 1958, 59, and
Wow.
the Dodgers were playing the Yankees, you know, for World Series. And I remember going by and, hey, come here. I couldn't believe it, man. Blue and white, you know, the striped uniforms and all that. And, you know, the
You guys
green
looking at
grass.
from outside the window?
From the door right there by the living room, but outside from from the door, in, and I was like, oh my God, man,
Wow.
You
I remember the Beatles. They were
Oh,
on the
the
Ed Sullivan
Beatles.
show.
How was Elvis?
I remember that.
So like, you know, like they used to go swimming a lot in Austria, but you know, I think that like down by the springs there was like a hollowed out area, and
Wait.
that the Mr. Grill had a couple of tanks that people would jump in.
I don't
think-
remember that.
Yeah,
But I
because
do.
now you know now they're all filled in with dirt all the way to the top.
I remember that on Sundays after Mass, we go home, have breakfast, and then Ramon and Leo, maybe the Perez or the Hernandezes, would come over to our house, pick us up, and we'd walk to the Salvador Perez pool. And that was a long walk. Sometimes we'd get a ride, I guess, but we'd walk over there, and we'd take our towels and our trunks and everything, and go swimming for a couple of hours. And on our way over there, go to the old penitentiary that was right there at Cordova and St. Francis Drive, and we'd walk on the old walls and you know, search around there, see what we could find, and then after we finished swimming, we'd go to Walgreens there at the Coronado Shopping Center or Cordova Shopping Center, and we'd buy a pocket full of candies and we'd walk down the road and then stop at Lottaburger on Cerritos Road and get a 35-cent Lottaburger, and eventually work our way home before dark. You had to be home before dark.
How come?
I don't know. You just had to be home before dark.
Were they saying that
you'd be in
witches
trouble.
were out there?
No,
or-
no. You'd just be in trouble if you weren't home
Yeah,
before dark. You know.